Hi, hello, and welcome to another amazing session on electromagnetic field theory and waves. In today's session, we'll see what are the conditions at a boundary interface between two dielectrics. I'll tell you what is this interface or the boundary. If you see the screen here, we have some green color here. Another one is the black color here. So between both of these two colors, we have some white part in between. So this is known as the boundary interface between both of these two mediums. Suppose an electromagnetic wave is passing from this medium to the another medium, then it will encounter some changes at this boundary. So they are known as the conditions at this boundary interface. So in this session, we'll see what are the changes that take place in the electromagnetic wave when it encounters the boundary. So let's get started. So you can see the electromagnetic wave which is traveling. The person here is singing a song. So the sound travels in the form of electromagnetic waves. You can see the properties of this electromagnetic waves. When the temperature is warm, the sound travels faster, and when the temperature is cool, the sound travels slower. Similar is the case during the night also. In case of warm temperature, the sound travels faster, and in case of cool temperature, the sound travels slower. So any electric field consists of two components. One is the tangential component denoted as Et and the normal component denoted as En. When the electric field moves from one medium to the another medium, there will be some effect on these two components. So the study of these effects is known as the boundary condition. So you can see some electromagnetic waves which are traveling. Suppose you are clapping from here. The wave passes, and whenever it encounters any obstacle in between, the wave is reflected back. So a traveling wave will have two components. One is the incident wave component, second is the reflected wave component. So one more example you can see here. The wave is traveling from one medium to the other medium. Whenever it encounters the boundary, there will be some changes in the wave. You can see from the diagram. Here also I gave another example. So these are the electric and magnetic components. Whenever they encounter some obstacle or any boundary in between, some changes take place in the electromagnetic wave. So here I have taken example of a dielectric interface. So the first media is dielectric and the second media is also dielectric. So you can see in this diagram, I have drawn one arc here. This denotes the interface between both of these two dielectrics. Region 1 is dielectric 1 and region 2 is the second dielectric. So the first dielectric is having a permittivity of epsilon 1 and the second dielectric is having a permittivity of epsilon 2. So both the electric E component and D component. Here D is the electric flux density and E is the electric field intensity. So both of these two have two components. One is the tangential, second one is the normal. So the total electric field is the sum of the tangential component plus its normal component. Similarly, the electric flux density is also equal to the tangential component plus its normal component. So here we'll consider one of Maxwell's equation, which is the potential in a closed loop. So in a closed loop, E dot dl is equal to 0. Here the circle represents the closed line integral. So in a closed line integral, E dot dl. So integrate the electric field intensity over its complete length, which will be equal to 0. So in this diagram, here we'll apply this equation. Now I have shown the one area from region 1 to region 2 between A to B, B to C, C to D and D to A. The distance between A to B is delta W, distance between B to C is delta H, and between B to the interface it is half of delta H, that is delta H by 2. Again from the interface to C, that is delta H by 2. From C to D it is delta W. From D to the boundary it is delta H by 2. Again from the boundary to A it is delta H by 2. So we'll use this equation here. Closed loop integral E dot dl is equal to 0. So we'll start from A to B. So between A to B, it is the tangential component of electric field. So we denote it as ET1. 1 indicates that it is the medium 1. Delta W is the distance between A to B plus En1. En1 is the normal component of electric field in medium 1 into delta H by 2. The next term is minus En2 delta H by 2. Here this negative sign indicates that the field is moving away from the boundary. So we need to remember one important point here. Whenever the field is entering the boundary, we need to consider it as a positive. Whenever the field is leaving the boundary, it has to be taken as negative. So here En2 is the electric field which is leaving the boundary into the region 2. So denote it as minus En2 and the distance is delta H by 2. Next, between C to D, this is in the opposite direction as A to B. So we need to put a negative sign here, minus ET2 delta W. Next, between D to the interface, the field is entering the boundary. So put a positive sign here, En2 delta H by 2. Next, between the interface to A, here the field is leaving the boundary. So take a negative sign, En1 into delta H by 2. This is equal to 0. So here these four terms get cancelled, plus En1 minus En1 delta H by 2 and minus En2 delta H by 2 plus En2 delta H by 2. So these are the terms which are left. Et1 delta W minus Et2 delta W is equal to 0. Take delta W common and bring it this side. So we get Et1 is equal to Et2. So from this we can conclude that here Et1 is a tangential component of electric field in medium 1. Et2 is the tangential component of electric field in medium 2. So by solving this equation we got the tangential components as same in region 1 and region 2. So we can say that the tangential component of electric field is continuous at a dielectric interface. Next, to find the component D. So the relationship between electric flux density and electric field intensity is given as D is equal to epsilon into E, where epsilon is equal to epsilon naught into epsilon R. Epsilon naught is the absolute permittivity and epsilon R is the relative permittivity. So since both of the media are dielectrics, so each one will have a separate permittivity. So for the region 1 we can write it as epsilon R1 and for region 2 we can write it as epsilon R2. So to find dt1 we can use this equation epsilon naught epsilon R1 into et1. Similarly dt2 is equal to epsilon naught epsilon R2 into et2. So by seeing both of these two terms we can understand that dt1 is not equal to dt2. So we can write this in statement form that the tangential component of electric flux density is not continuous at a dielectric interface. To evaluate the normal components, we can use the Gauss law, and this is the diagram. This is the region 1, that is dielectric 1, and region 2 is dielectric 2. Here we need to consider a closed surface integral. So I have taken a cylinder. The surface area is delta S on both sides. So according to Gauss law, we can write this equation Q is equal to integral rho S into ds. This rho S is the surface charge. So if you integrate this, here rho S is a constant. We can put this rho S outside the integral and integrate this ds. So integral of ds is S. So we can write Q is equal to rho S into S. Now if you take the differential terms, we can write it as delta Q is equal to rho S into delta S. So here delta S is the difference of both of these two components, dn1 and dn2. So for both the regions, we can write it as dn1 delta s minus dn2 delta s. So if you take delta s common, we can write dn1 minus dn2 is equal to rho s. So here one more important point. In a dielectric, there is no surface charge because a dielectric is an insulator and there will be no surface charge in an insulator or a dielectric. So rho s is equal to 0. So in place of this rho s, you can put 0. So dn1 minus dn2 is equal to 0 or dn1 is equal to dn2. So from this we can write it this in statement form as the normal component of D is continuous at a dielectric interface. Next we need to compute the electric component. So again use the same formula. D is equal to epsilon into E. So from this we get E is equal to D by epsilon. Here also in place of epsilon we need to write epsilon naught into epsilon R. Epsilon naught is the absolute permittivity and epsilon R is the relative permittivity. So to find En1 we can write Dn1 divided by epsilon naught into epsilon R1 and En2 is equal to Dn2 by epsilon naught into epsilon R2. So by comparing both of these two terms, we can see that they are not equal. So we can write this in statement form and conclude it as the normal component of electric field is not continuous at a dielectric interface. So I hope I am clear. So to solve for any of such boundary conditions, whether it is a dielectric or a dielectric conductor, we can solve for dielectric free space, for conductor free space also. So the procedure is simply the same. We need to start with the Maxwell's equation for tangential component, that is closed line integral of E dot dl is equal to 0. So after evaluating the tangential components of E, we need to find the tangential components of D. Then use the Gauss law for a surface and solve the normal components of D. After getting the normal components, use the equation relation between D and E to find the normal components of E. So by solving this, we can understand what are the changes that happen when any electromagnetic wave travels from one medium to the another. So this medium can be dielectric or a dielectric conductor or a conductor free space and dielectric free space. So I hope I am clear. Thank you.